Hello, my beauties. Another blah blah club, very important one. Yeah. So far, we discussed how to work with general pick a card readings. I explained in details. Another one, I explained in details before how to best way to pull cards for yourself. Another hilarious video, I'm just mentioning videos that I made so far. If I will have time, I will drop all links in comments. So you will be going and checking comments on YouTube under this video. Yeah. Another hilarious video, blind goals channeling. I think it's available for sponsors. If not, I will make it available. Blind goals channeling. Yes, this is another method how you can, when you emotionally invested in situation, how you can receive very detailed answers, so without getting attached, without like wishing for certain type of outcome. That's blind goals channeling. Another one, what types of readers are there exist so far? At least 5 videos that I made dedicated to tarot, dedicated to predictions. And this one, how to deal with personal predictions, the major law of predictions. In previous one video, I dropped it in a pinned comment, one of the previous videos where I explained why certain predictions not coming true. So the major law of predictions, and I want this video to be short, but major law of predictions, whenever you're receiving in a personal reading, whenever you're receiving a positive reading, act as you never went for a reading. Okay, what would you do if you would not know that things gonna turn positively for you? What would you do? Okay, act as if you never, whenever you pull in something positive, either for yourself, either receiving it in a reading, act as you never received a prediction like this. Okay, this is major law of predictions. I learned long ago in my childhood when my grandfather was reading me Song of the Wise Prince Oleg. And this Song of the Wise Prince Oleg related to the second part of this law of predictions. Whenever you receive a negative prediction, you should not ignore it. Act as if you received it. You should not ignore it in most cases, and we were talking especially in collective readings why sometimes you can ignore something negative and take it as not resonated. But if you received something negative in your personal prediction, you should act as if you heard the information. You should not ignore, in any case, you should not ignore a negative prediction, okay? And this is if you will go through history, if you will go through different stories, you will see a lot of confirmations to it, how you should not ignore negative predictions. My real life stories, Lolo, look at Lolo. Whenever I'm pulling for Lolo, mashallah, all beautiful cards in the universe, family, wedding, all the beautiful shit. Should I keep taking his abusive shit, and expect what? Magical transformation? Not gonna happen. So I should act based as I never heard this prediction, or as I never received this positive prediction, and judge him by his freaking actions. And his actions, in any possible way or form, they are positive. In any possible, because person who truly loves someone not behaves like this. Person who wants to build with someone something, they not behave like this, So, whenever you receive a positive prediction, ignore it. This is the law of prediction. Act as if you never received it. Rely on reality. Rely on the present. Whenever you receive positive prediction about future rely on what's going on in present, as if you never received or never heard something positive happening to you in future. That's why, why I call all this like blah blah predictions that you roam from time to time from one YouTube channel to another, where they love to tell you fairy tales, so-called fairy tales. It's completely useless predictions, but they sort of, like fairy tale you listening before bed or something like, oh, everything like shining in diamonds, everything so good, so radiant. But they're completely useless in terms of you should not rely on your reality. Rely on what is in present. But whenever you're receiving a negative prediction, you should act is as if you received it. If you received a positive prediction, act as if you never received it. Or if you received a negative prediction, yes, some sort of warning prediction, act as if you received it. So that's fundamental difference. And here I want to read you Song of Wise Prince Oleg. It's by Pushkin, translated into English. I will drop in comments either link for this poem in English, either I will drop entire poem. Yeah, very sweet memories from my childhood. Sorry, girls, to disappoint those of you who listen to how it's helpful to drink camel urine, yeah, how it's healthy. I am different type of stories in my childhood. So, but Lolo all about camel urine, and you see how he grew up into pimp. So here we go, girls. Son of the Wise Prince Oleg, and again it's quite complicated English for me, so maybe I will pronounce something in not proper way, yeah. Those of you who native speakers, okay, just ignore, go read it on your own, but I will read for some of you with my remarks. I will be stopping and giving my remarks on this. So the Wise Prince Oleg has set out to repay foolhardy Hazar with a vengeance. For pillage they dwellings and pastures as prey, to fire and sword the prince pledges. In Sarrat's fine armor, in front of a force, Oleg heads out riding his favorite horse. Yeah. In Russian, of course, it sounds like when I know by heart, yeah, poem in Russian. And it sounds amazing. But in English, okay. Here comes from the woods, lost in thoughts of his own, a warlock, inspired like all sages. An old man in service of Perun alone, and Perun is ancient Slavic god, yeah. A harbinger of future ages. In pleadings and witchcraft forever engaged, the prince then rides over to talk to the sage. Yeah, so prince approaches the sage, or this warlock. Okay, now tell me, O wizard, the darling of gods, and how he referred to the darling of gods. Yeah. And what I want to say to Lolo will be always unlucky because he's not a darling of God. I am a darling of God. So Lolo and his computer genius garbage friend always will be unlucky. I'm happy to notify them. And now tell me, O wizard, the darling of gods, how long shall I live on in comfort? And what to the joy of my foes, as the odds with earth before long I will be covered. You don't need to fear me, let truth here be known. Speak up and you will have any horse that I own. Yeah, and here is a horse equivalent. Back then in time, horse was like equivalent of a car. Yeah, like I will give you any horse that I own. Yeah. And here what sage answered him. No magus has fear of the mightiest lords. Yeah. Nor welcomes the gifts when they given. Authentic and free are our Vatican words, and here Vatican words is like prophecy, prophetic words, yeah, Vatican, yeah, Vatican words. Just try to connect dots a little bit and what sort of information is being preserved by Vatican. So, authentic and free are our Vatican words, and much to the wisdom of heaven. Wisdom of heaven. You know, to grasp on wisdom of heaven, my beauties, you need to watch these simple videos that I'm making right now many times. Because even though I'm given very simple rule, very simple law of predictions, like to understand it and even more to start practicing it is freaking difficult. So even for me myself, remember when I received sort of negative prediction about computer genius, I have chosen to ignore it. Anyway, and much to the wisdom of heaven. In darkness the future is hid anyhow, but I see the fate on your luminous brow. Yeah. Now heed what I tell you and mark every word. To warriors glory is sacred. Your fame has been earned by your glorious sword. Your shield decks the gateway to Tsargrad. The sea and the earth both your orders await, and foes are but jealous of this wondrous fate. The ocean's high waves in a perilous stream, brought on by the ominous water, brought on by the ominous weather. The arrow, the treacherous blade, and the sling have spared you in every endeavor. You suffered no once in your armor supreme. Your power is guarded by forces unseen. The horse of your choosing braves dangers and wars, obeying the sovereign bidding. He stands unperturbed by the arrows of foes, then charges with speed unremitting. No weather, no battle will make him retreat, but trust me, your death shall ensue from your steed. From your steed is from your horse, yeah? And here Oleg receiving a negative prediction about his death, how he will be dead because of his horse. His horse will be a reason of his death. Oleg merrily chuckled. However, his eye and forehead grew dark in reflection. Started to process the prediction, negative one. Still silent, he gets off his horse with a sigh, and look of profound dejection. In parting, he offers his well-earned respect by stroking and rubbing his friend's slender neck. Farewell, my companion. You have served as you should. It's time for our ultimate breakup. Yeah? Now rest and remember that never my foot shall enter your gold-plated stirrup. Forget not your master. Take solace henceforth. My dutiful servants attend to my horse. So he decided to just send this horse somewhere to be taken care of by his servants, yeah, and get himself new horse. Away goes the steed at the prince's odd whim. Another good horse is delivered to him. Yeah, he receives another good horse. And here we go, yeah, how negative prediction should never be ignored, okay? And how wise Oleg because he acted immediately on negative prediction. He did not ignore it, yeah, he acted immediately. But later on he made a mistake, yeah. A feast of the prince and his soldiers is on, to boisterous clicking of glasses. The locks are as white as the new snow at dawn. The glorious kurgan amazes. The troops reminisce on the days of the past, and battles together they fought to the last. And where is my mate? Asked Oleg amidst fun. My favorite horse, one so mighty. So years passed, yes, they sort of celebrating old battles, old victories, and here Oleg being drunk, asking like, where's his mate? Where's his favorite horse, once so mighty? And is he just as healthy, as light on the run, as dashing as ever, and sprightly? He hates the replies that a cliff high and steep has sheltered his stallion's unbreakable sleep. So a horse died. Encompassed by sadness, the mighty prince sits, reflecting. The presage is fiction? Old quack, you a liar, you're out of your wits. Yeah, here another mistake, by the way. Don't call a person who predicts future a liar. Never do this, because then your future may turn against you. This is another mistake that you can make on the way working with predictions, but you should not once you turn to egregor of predictions, because some people, they in religious egregor and they don't need any type of future predictions or whatsoever. But if you want to serve, let's say, two egregors, you should not insult the other one egregor. And here, Prince Oleg tell an old quack, you're a liar, you're out of your wits. I wish I had spurned your prediction. I wish I ignored. But again, ancient wisdom through generations, do not ignore, please do not ignore negative predictions whenever they've been given to you. Okay, so here we go. I wish I had spurned your prediction. My horse would still bear me. He gravely bemoans and wishes to look at his horse's dead bones. Horse's dead bones. So he decided, okay, let's go check on that horse. Again, here he's making mistake. Here he's making a mistake, because okay, he died, okay, don't go there, Oleg, don't go there, The mighty Oleg rides along with his band as eager and guests duly follow. They see on a hill by the Dnieper's steep bank the horses' remains gleaming hollow. They are covered with dust and showered by rains, and winds sway the grass over the noble remains. Noble horse, noble remains. The prince put his foot on the skull of the steed and uttered, your sleep, friend, is lonely. Your master of old has survived your indeed, At my final feast, which comes promptly, you won't be the one by a battle axe cut to shower my ashes with hot streaming blood. So that's what my doom was foretold to portend. Some bones that have threatened my passing. He spoke, and at once from the horse's dead head, a tomb snake slipped out to harass him. A black ribbon wrapped all the way around his feet caught suddenly off guard. The beaten prince screamed. The goblets of brotherhood sparkle and foam. The feast for Oleg is in mourning. Prince Igor and Olga sit by on their own as others share drink until morning. The troops reminisce on the days of the past and battles together they fought to the last. So amazing poem. What he did, he completely ignored negative prediction. He called this sage man, wise man, a liar, and actually, still death found him through his horse. Because again, when you working in a channel, girls, it's not that some of you doing this mistake, you want to know every freaking slightest detail of what, how, yeah, what, how. Will horse throw me off, or what will happen, yeah, what gonna happen, how exactly, yeah, you want to know, but there are things beyond understanding, okay? For example, whenever I'm pulling like these positive cards for Lolo, wedding with a pimp, for real, pimp who was throwing parties and doing all this freaking shit. I mean, like, even if to read some paragraphs of Lolo, Lolo, what was there about Lolo in articles? Let me check what was there about Lolo. Mental health screening for him. Police say that Lolo paid two 16-year-old girls to have with several men at his home, and this home, by the way, where his parents lived back then. Like, I was horrified, like, this is under nose of his parents were there. So the entire family tree is completely rotten, moral degenerates, yeah. And I'm just quoting you. It's not a fucking defamation. I'm just quoting you newspaper, yeah? So then gave them vodka and filmed them naked in a bathtub. They also say they found explicit video of him with another girl, yeah. And by the way, girls, when this entire story with Lolo just started, some anonymous Instagram account was messaging me a link to a porn site, telling me that I will find Lolo video there. And I was sort of like, what? And I just thought this is someone like, you know, like scamming or trying to steal my passwords and sending me this link. So I never clicked on this link. I just removed the message because it was too freaking unbelievable to me, yeah. And like, and he made me believe that this could be Elizabeth Ivanov, who is messaging me, his best friend from Petersburg, which is not Elizabeth. In fact, it's a person having different real name, yeah, that I won't be mentioning here, but internet name, yeah, Bottom Beach, Elizabeth Ivanov. So he made me believe that she's just jealous and she's just sending slandering wonderful doctor. So, like, just imagine to marry this, you need to be same fucking rotten, or you need to be so much dependent on your parents that whoever they will tell you to marry, you will marry. You will not be like questioning or something. Yeah, you need to be completely deprived of your free will in case to marry this. And I'm like, whenever I'm pulling a card, like something like, you know, positive, like, yeah, destiny, justice card, something like positive, something like positive, and lovers, and lovers, yeah. For Lolo, yeah, I'm like, what? Because it's so much like unbelievable, but you should understand that you don't need to know details how universe sometimes have like very mysterious ways of how predictions unfolding. So major point you should understand, and especially because when you work in channel, yeah, you may get something major one, yeah. But they will not be showing you any details, because details, like in this case, if you will know details, it will be harmful for you. And it may stop from this timeline to unfold in your life, yeah. So prediction completely will be useless for you then. You should understand how this everything works. So this poem that I grew up with, being introduced, yeah, it's not that my grandfather just read it to me, yeah. With help of this poem, yeah, I was introduced to the major law of predictions. Whenever you receive a positive prediction act based on reality, as you never ever received this positive prediction, okay? Whenever you receive negative prediction, it should not be ignored. And this is in case with my teacher, and he describes this case in his book as well. Amazing one about intuition, yeah, how he did not ignore self-negative predictions and how this everything worked out. And there was one interesting case before he flew to United States, my teacher. He have seen like a tombstone and there was sound and like see you all there, something like this. And he somehow decided, he was like, oh wow, that's interesting. Right before flight he made a repost of this picture, yeah. And his subconscious was like sensing a danger, yeah. He made this repost, he sensed the danger with this tombstone, yeah. He sensed the danger, he made a repost, and then this terror attack happened at Istanbul airport, remember. And by the way, I was at Istanbul back then as well. I was flying, but I was flying to a different airport. And this is well like quite amazing. The very same day I was flying in, and my parents were worried sick, yeah. So girls, whenever you and boys, negative prediction should not be ignored. And my teacher was questioning himself, why would I want to do this like repost? It's like subconscious warning, yeah. And he decided not to go out to the city even though he had such plans, and he stayed in airport like for 18 hours, and this saved him, that he didn't go out to the city. He spent like pleasure 18 hours when he had plans to go to the city and even to meet me, because we were planning like to meet. And then he cancelled. He said he's not feeling well, and he said he was sleeping like sleepy, even though he slept enough, and body was like sort of not allowing him to go in this dangerous direction, yeah. So girls, you should understand, negative predictions should not be ignored. And before he had a cross on his photograph, so of course he was like extra cautious, extra like paying attention to slightest mood changes, etc., because it's everything, our subconscious, it can warn us in the right time, yeah. So he did this everything and it worked well for him. And another case he was describing was with a well, but I already explained this case. So share predictions maybe that you received, that worked out, didn't work out, negative, positive. If you have interesting stories, feel free to drop them. And that's it, girls. See you soon. Bye.